Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ameer. I'm a Chartered Certified Accountant. I have been recently admitted to St. Martin's University in Washington, United States. And today I would like to share the process for the people who want to pursue their studies in the United States. I understand that lots of people want to do that, lots of students want to study there. However, they do not know the pathway and they think that that is very difficult. So in this video, I'm going to explain that, and in another video, I'm going to explain that in Persian language, all right? So I'm going to be very brief. I'm not going to go into details. I'm just going to give the information for the people. And I believe that this brief information will give them some guidance, all right? So the first thing that you have to do is that you have to find the university. How can you do that? You have to go to the Common App. Common App is a website that you can find lots of universities from all over the world, and there you have to create an account. If you want to study for the ungraduated program, for example, like the bachelor program, you have to make a specific account for that. And if you're applying for the graduate program, like master's program, you have to create another account for that, all right? So that's not going to be difficult. I'm not going to talk about how to create the account in the Common App. So when you go to the Common App, you can filter the university based on the country. You can find universities from Germany, from Canada, from United States, from all over the world, all right? And you can find you can filter based on the timing of that, based on the tuition fee, based on the city of that country. So it will give you a very unique a chance to filter or find the suitable university that you are looking for. In my case, I was looking for a university that was near to my brother, so my living expenses would be reduced. So I have chosen the United States, I have chosen the Washington, and as the same, like the level of studies in the United States is the same, so the universities the studies are not going to be much different from university to university, all right? So once you have chosen the university, you can click on that. You can either go through the website and follow the how to apply to your program, or you can contact the university. You can easily email them saying that you are interested in studying something, for example, computer science, master or bachelor in the university, and if there is any possibility for you. So they're going to provide you with a link for you to apply. The link is going to be straightforward. You're going to write your name. You have to write an essay explaining why you would like to study there. And there are some level of recommendation letters from the university that you have to do. In my case, I have done my brother and one of my friends. Do not say it to anybody, because you have to, like, you're supposed to say that, be recommended by a professional or be recommended by, for example, the university tutor, professor, something like that. But I didn't have time, and beside, my friend was a professional, so I think that might count. All right. So when you have done that, you are going to submit your English proficiency test to the student portal. So that can be IELTS, that can be TOEFL, that can be like Duolingo. And once you have done that, there might be additional documents based on the universities, but it's not going to be a headache. So once you have done that, you're going to get your admission letter. Some universities require the admission fee to be paid before issuing their admission letter. Some universities require the admission fee to be paid after issuing the admission letter. Once you have received your admission letter, you you will be you have to pay the admission fee. In my case, that was $200, and that is going to be like 150, 100, or $200, varies based on universities, but it's not going to be a huge amount of money. All right. So once you have done that, the university will issue an I-20 form. I-20 form would be very fundamental for your interview, so that is very important. Once you have received the I-20, you will be directly you will be directed by the university. Maybe that is the international student advisor, or maybe the dean directly communicating or corresponding with you. You have to fill the DS-160 form. You can just Google it, DS-160 form, United States, if you're applying for the United States. And you can do that. You can just request from the dean or the advisor that you are corresponding with, and he or she is going to send you that. Once you have received that, it is also going to be a straightforward thing. You're gonna you have to fill in the blanks, like your name, date of birth, why are you studying, what kind of university, sorry, not university, what kind of visa are you applying for. In your case, that is going to be F1 visa, right? That is going to be student visa. So once you have filled the DS-160 form, you can find it in the internet in details if you're not sure about how to fill it. Once you have done that, then you have to go and you're going to be required by the university to pay the SEVIS fee. That's going to be $350. All right, so $350. In my case, that might not be in the undergraduate or the bachelor's degree, but in my case, in the graduate program, that was required. So SEVIS fee should be paid, and the proof of the payment should be recorded or should be saved by you and should be taken to the interview with you. That is very important. So the next step for you is to gather information. Who is going to be your sponsor? Are you going to be your sponsor? Are your parents going to be your sponsor? Or some of the family, relatives, and these kind of people might be your sponsor. For the United States, there is no requirement for the immediate family to be your sponsor. Even a friend can sponsor you, all right? So the next step is that once you are very sure that everything is complete, be complete. Like prepare all of the documents. The interviewer might not ask you, but it is a good thing. It's prudence, precaution to have the documents ready. All right. So the next step is to go to the ustravel.docs.com. .us, I do not know the dot thing, but US travel docs. If you Google it, the first page will appear. You have to choose the country that you're applying from. For example, in my case, that was Islamabad, Pakistan. And then when you have done that, then you create another account for that. You can find another complete video how to schedule your interview. Then you're going to, once you have proceeded, you're going to be directly linked to a payment invoice. So you have to go to a bank and pay that in cash. Once, like 3-4 hours later, you have to include the number of your passport to that portal, US Travels, the travel docs. And once you have done that, you can schedule your interview based on your own preference, based on your own time, maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever day that is convenient for you. Once you have done that, this is a very important step. assuming everything is perfect and you have got the bank statement of your sponsor, and you have got lots of other stuff, documents that might be relevant for the interviewer to ask. So assuming this is the day of interview, you have to understand that once a person sees you, he or she is not going to look through your soul. He or she is going to look at your appearance. If you're dressed well, if you smell well, that is going to have a very first, very like impactful first time impression. So as an international student, you have to prepare well. You have to dress well. In my case, I have worn a suit, and I have had a tie. I went to the barber, like something like that, and I was presenting myself in a very serious manner. That this is important for me, and I'm a very serious. I have a very, very serious decision in this case. All right. So once I have been to the once you go to the embassy in the day, in the specified date, you have to wait a little bit for other people to get their interviews. The interviewer do not be afraid. It's not going to be like all matters are in the hands of God. All right. You have to present yourself excellently or perfectly, and do not panic. If God wants, you're going to go or going to get you visa. If God doesn't want, you're not going to get your visa, despite all the authorities want you to be admitted to the university. That's not going to happen. So understand that it is absolutely like predetermined, but it should not compromise your excellence. You should not say that, okay, that is already mattered and I have to act in a not professional way. No, you should act professional and excellent, despite not being fearful of any consequences and repercussions. All right. So yeah. In my case, the interviewer asked me, greeted me, and said that what am I applying for? I said that I'm applying for masters. She said that masters in what? I said that masters in business administration. She said that who is your sponsor? I said the name of the sponsor. She said that what does he do? I said that he has some kind of business. I'm not going to share the business. And the tie is very important. The tie to your home country. You have to convince the consular that you're going to return to your home country. In my case, I was preparing for the lands that we own in Afghanistan. I have got an employment letter from an institute to teach ACCA, and in one of the first ACCA institutes in Afghanistan after the Taliban regime. I have got an employment letter, so I have presented that, but they didn't ask me. They didn't ask me to show them that. They just say that, where is your family? I said my family is in with myself currently in Islamabad, but they're going to move back to Afghanistan. I was talking about my mother, and she said that give me a passport, and the visa was approved. So I would like to say something very important right now is that if you are like, you have to be prepared for the interview. You have to be professional. Professional, I mean that you have to answer your questions concise and coherent. You have to answer what you are asked, not explaining in details if you're not asked to explain it in details, not to provide a very short and vague answer. That is very important. So you can actually search on the internet how to have a professional interview. That is very important for the consular. And that is it. The university didn't require me to pay the to pay the fee in advance, or there were not lots of other like complications that were in my way, and I didn't have my original documents for the transcript. I have not, I haven't gotten them yet. So for that reason, you have to take it super simple. The process was like less than 1 month from the time that I have applied to the university and from the time that I've got my visa. And I presented this information for you people to like provide some valuable information that you might need. And thank you very much for that.